John Meeks here with CrossFit Greensboro and War of the Wads, here to release the seating workout for 2016. I have Bruce Fields over here behind the barbell. Co-owner for CrossFit Greensboro is going to be doing our demoing today. Nick Colvin behind the camera, who's going to be doing our questions and doing all the excellent filming for today. So the purpose of this workout is really simple. What it's going to do is this workout will put you in the correct heat for the War of the Wads competition. So how well you do in this workout will put you in a better heat later in the day based on how you perform with this. Yes, Nick?
Now, what if I don't do the workout?
If you do not do this workout, what it's going to do, it's going to put you in the first heat of the day for each workout at the War of the Wads. So you'll be the first person doing the workout. You'll be in with less competitive people than, say, if you do really good on this workout.
Also, what if I'm on the team? How does that affect us?
So with the teams, the way it's going to work is both athletes will do this workout and they will report a combined score. Okay, so this enables teams that are not at the same gym. If you live a couple hundred miles away from your teammate, you can still compete and post a workout. Both of you do it separately, and then you add those together. Bruce.
What if you're a individual on Saturday and team on Sunday? Do you have to do it twice?
You only have to do the workout once, but you have to put the score in twice. So what you'll do is you'll put the score in once as an individual, and then you will put your combined score in for the team.
Got it.
Okay. So this workout is actually broken into 3 parts. The first part is a 6-minute AMRAP, immediately followed by a 2-minute AMRAP, followed by working up to a 1-rep max lift. Okay. The way it will be scored will be all 3 things added together. Please refer to the PDF that has all the details as far as the reps, weights, etc., how that's added together. This is just a video to go over the general outline of the movements as well as what we're looking for as far as standards. Okay. Start off with the 6-minute AMRAP. It starts off with 10 deadlifts. What we're looking for on the deadlifts, traditional style deadlifts, starting with the bar on the ground, finishing with the knees and hips extended, shoulders behind the bar. You can drop the bar if you like, or you can lower it. What you can't do is bounce it at the bottom. We'll make sure that you stand up with each rep, and then make sure that as you're coming down, you don't bend those arms at the bottom and try to bounce it to get it off the ground. Okay. Once you get done with 10 of these, then we're over to the pull-up bar. For the RX division, we're doing toes to bar. We're looking for 15 of these. Looking for the feet to come back past the hips. Both feet touch the bar at the same time in between the hands. Hips extended at the bottom. A no rep on this would be if your feet don't come all the way down, if your feet don't touch the bar at the same time, or if your feet touch outside of your hands. Okay, we want to make sure that we're on a pull-up bar that we hang from as well. For the scaled division, we're doing a knees to 90, just looking for the knees to come above the hips here. Same rules, feet back behind the bar, knees above your hips, and the knees have to come up at the same time. On the beginner division, what we're going to do is just a regular sit-up. It can be an ab mat sit-up, or you can use a towel or nothing at all. Just looking for the hands to touch the ground behind the head, and both hands to touch the toes in the front. Once you get done with 15 reps, you're back over to the bar. We're going to drop the weight off. You got to make sure that you clip the bar every time.
Right quick, while he's doing that, I'm sorry if I missed it, but you said I don't have to use the ab mat?
You do not have to use the ab mat.
Can I use a towel?
You can use a towel underneath your back, or you can lay flat on the ground. That's fine. From here, we're going to 10 cleans. Looking for these, they can be power cleans, squat cleans, split cleans, it doesn't matter. We're just looking for this finished position. Bar starts on the ground, finishes with the shoulders in front of the bar, knees and hips extended, feet underneath the hips. Another rep on this would be if you don't stand all the way up with the bar, or if you don't get your elbows in front of the bar, or if you, let's just say you do a split clean, you don't reset your feet where your feet are underneath your hips. Okay? Must be one continuous movement from the ground to the shoulders. You can't stand up with the bar and then hang clean it. You can't stand up and then hang clean it. That's a no rep. It's got to be one continuous movement. Once we get done with 10 of these, we're back over to the box for 30 box jump overs for the RX division. With this, we're looking for both feet to touch the top of the box. You do not have to extend, but the rep is completed when you finish on the other side. You don't have to face the box. You can face sideways. If you're doing the step overs for the scaled division or the beginner division, you just have to make sure both feet touch the top of the box as you travel over. All right? Questions about that?
So I can't jump clean over?
You cannot jump clean over the box, more for safety than anything else. All right? Once we get done with the 30 box jumps, we're back over to the bar, dropping the weight off again for the thruster. Make sure you re-flip the bar. With this is a thruster, it's not a thruster jerk. You can squat clean the first rep, but it needs to be one continuous movement, all the way up to full extension. Make sure we got extension, elbows, hips, and knees. All the way up, there we go. Good. Once, yes, Nick?
Can I use a different barbell for each movement?
No, you have to use the same barbell for the whole workout. And that even goes to the last lift at the end.
Okay.
Okay? From there, we're done with that. We're going over to the wall balls.
Can, back to the thrusters, can I thruster jerk
Nope.
it?
It has to be one continuous movement all the way up. So you can't thruster jerk, it has to be a regular thruster.
All right.
From here on the wall balls, you have to stand all the way up with the ball before you start. For a good rep, we're looking for the hip below the knee and the ball to go above the line when you throw it. Drop the ball. You cannot catch it, that would be a no rep. You cannot catch it to go into the next rep. Okay, so it has to come to a stop before you pick it up, stand up with it, and restart. Ball must go over the mark, whether it's the 8, 9, or 10-foot line.
Gotcha.
Okay. Once we get done with that, if within the 6-minute period you have completed this, you come back over to the bar, you put the weight back on, you start with the deadlifts again. Okay? If you do not make it back to that point, your score is how many reps you get on the deadlift. Okay? Or on the wall balls. Okay? From there, at the end of 6 minutes, you go immediately over to your set of rings. The rings have to be in a position where you actually hang from them. You have 2 minutes to get as many muscle-ups as possible. What we're looking for is extension at the bottom, and then at the top, athlete must extend over the rings, arms locked out. Good. You can strict muscle up, you can kip muscle up, you can use false grip. As long as your arms start off straight at the bottom, you finish extended over the rings.
Can you use the gymnastic muscle up where you're
You
almost...
cannot do a reverse muscle up, no.
Can I use the force?
You can use the force, yes, that's completely fine to use the force. As long as at the top your arms are extended and at the bottom your arms are straight and you're hanging onto the rings.
Gotcha.
Okay, you have 2 minutes, from 6 to 8 minutes to be able to get that done. Once you've completed with that, you then have 4 minutes to work up to a 1 rep max lift. For the RX and the skilled athletes, that is a snatch. Can be a hang snatch, it can be a squat snatch, power snatch, doesn't matter as far as the standards of the snatch. You can actually stand up with it and hang snatch it. So you can stand up with the bar and then hang snatch it. That's perfectly fine as long as it's a snatch. Qualifications for this is the bar must be caught above the head if it's pressed out. So if you turn over and you catch it below the head and press out, that would be a no rep. So if you end up pressing the weight out, that would be a no rep. So for a squat this has to be caught above the head before it's pressed out.
Do I have to have clips on this one also?
You do have to have clips.
Can I already have all the weights already over here set up?
You can have all the weights set up. The only thing that we're looking for, if you're recording the video, and you only have to record if you're going to be in the top 10 for each heat, then what we need you to do is when you're done, bring your camera over and look at each weight as you take it off the bar.
Can I have a partner or somebody switch my weights around?
No, you got to load the weights. For each piece of the workout, athlete must be the only one loading and unloading the weights.
Is all the scoring and whatnot going to be covered on the PDF file?
It is. Basically, it's really simple. You take the amount of reps you got in the AMRAP. So I did 10 deadlifts. I did 15 toes to bar. That's 25 reps. I did 10 cleans. That's 35 reps. I did 30 box jumps. That's 65 reps. I made it back over here. What?
Stop there so you don't have to do
Okay. So I got 65 reps in that. That's where I bombed out in the workout. I got 65 reps. I then go over there and I do 10 muscle ups. Okay, times 2, that means 20. 65 plus 20 is 85. Then I add that to the amount of weight that I snatch. That is my score. That will be explained in the PDF. So it's a total of all 3 of those put together. They must be done in order. They must be done consecutively. For the beginners division, they do not have to snatch. It's a basic ground overhead. So they can clean it, jerk it, clean it, press it. It's basically however they can get the weight from the ground overhead.
Gotcha. And I know I'm nitpicking at this point, but if I'm on a team, my partner doesn't do the workout, but I do, that still puts us in a better position than two teams, a team that doesn't have either person do it, right?
That depends. I would say yes, you would be based on your score. Now, if only one other person doesn't do the workout, or one other team doesn't do the workout, you're still going to be in the last heat.
Gotcha.
Does that make sense?
Or the first heat.
Or the first heat. Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay.
So, questions?
Thank you guys. I had to get the John Meeks clap, the War of the Watch clap going on there for you guys.
All right.
I know you missed it.
Any questions you have, please post this to the Facebook page so that we can answer them for everybody, or to the Instagram page. All right. Thanks, and we'll see you at War of the Watts.